Welcome to episode 195 of Build Your House Yourself University by BYHYU. I'm your host and fellow student, Michelle Nelson, and together we'll learn the basics of home design and construction and demystify the building process so we can better understand our options and build quality dream homes with or without a general contractor. IBS, the International Builders Show, is the largest yearly residential and light commercial construction trade show in the world. Typically, more than 1,400 construction manufacturers and suppliers showcase the latest and most in-demand products and services in the industry. Although I love seeing the home building products on the showroom floor of IBS, my very favorite part of the show is touring the two official idea houses that they build every year: the New American Home, which is a new construction home, and the New American Remodel. As you know, I love a show house, especially one that's being built with energy efficiency and quality construction in mind. We can get ideas about pretty decor almost anywhere, but it's so much more valuable for us to look at examples of houses that are not only pretty, but well built. High-performance concept homes like the New American Home can give us ideas about materials and methods that we can either use or adapt for our own projects. Before we discuss the house specifically, let's talk about the weather in Las Vegas where the house was built to see how it compares to where you will build. As you know, houses built in different climates might need to be constructed a bit differently. In Las Vegas, the summers are very hot and the winters are surprisingly cold. In January, the average high in Vegas is 58 degrees Fahrenheit, and the average low is 34 degrees Fahrenheit. And in July, Vegas averages a sweltering 106 degrees Fahrenheit during the day and 74 at night. Las Vegas is dry with little humidity and only 4 inches of rain per year, and it almost never snows. Before we talk about the house, let me take a quick pause right here so I can give a shout out to GRGGRS. Thank you for leaving that 5-star rating and review in Apple Podcasts and for supporting me in the show by writing such complimentary things for the whole world to see. I appreciate you. I also want to ask Christina Z, who sent me an email on January 19th, to resubmit your email address. I responded, but I think you may have mistyped the email because I've tried twice to reply, and both times the email came back saying that the email address that I sent it to does not exist. So just write me back. Okay, let's talk about the design and construction of the New American Home. In addition to using some of the most cutting-edge technologies and materials, the concept house has breathtaking panoramic views of the Las Vegas Strip and the surrounding foothills. So it made sense that its design incorporated many walls of windows and emphasized indoor-outdoor living. As I've told you before, blurring the lines between the inside and outside is a big trend in home design wherever new houses are being built, even if there isn't a magnificent view. The New American Home is a large one-story house with just over 6,400 square feet of living space, 4 bedrooms, 5.5 bathrooms, and a 2-car garage. Because of all the windows, there's lots of natural light. And it has wide open sight lines from one living space to another. The large great room opens up to a heated outdoor entertaining space. Soft contemporary is the style of the architecture and decor. I've been showing a lot of soft contemporary designs in my Instagram posts, and that Instagram is Ultimate Idea House. It's one of my favorite styles. Soft contemporary is sleek and clean, just like regular contemporary design, but the look is not as harsh or hard. Soft contemporary decor has a softer, warmer look because it has more curved lines, more wood, and more texture as compared to a typical contemporary decor. Take a look at Ultimate Idea House on Instagram for examples of soft contemporary. I'll have a link to it in the show notes. All right, let's get into how the New American Home was constructed. This house has a tight building envelope, which most all energy-efficient houses will have. The house has an air-sealed attic that's not vented to the outside, meaning it's a conditioned space that has insulation and heated and cooled air coming into it. They used open cell spray foam insulation in combination with a product called HYFI. That's HY-FI. It's a reflective insulation product, and the total insulation with both the spray foam insulation and the HYFI product was R48 for the roof. HYFI insulation is a hybrid insulation system that works together with other types of insulation like spray foam and fiberglass bats to increase the thermal resistance and decrease heat loss. Using the HYFI hybrid insulation reduces the amount of spray foam insulation required. Spray foam and HYFI insulation were also used to insulate the walls of the home for a total R value of 23. The new American home used Western windows and patio doors with a low E coating and argon gas between the window panes. The windows have an average U value of 0.38 and a solar heat gain coefficient of 0.24. Remember, the lower the U factor of a window, the better. And in hot climates, you also want a low solar heat gain coefficient. The house has large roof overhangs to protect against the harsh Nevada sun. Light-colored exterior cladding was used to reflect instead of absorb the sun to keep the house cooler. Phantom retractable outdoor screens were installed as another provision to keep the heat from coming in through windows. Exterior screens are typically 7 times more effective at reducing building heat gain as compared to interior shades. Now, HVAC. A variable speed heat pump was selected for its efficiency and quietness. Remember that heat pumps work well in warm climates. To learn more about heat pumps, you can listen to episode 44 called What Exactly is a Heat Pump? Unlike a conventional single-speed HVAC system that cycles on at 100%, then completely off, a variable speed system runs at different speeds to precisely control the flow of heated or cooled air throughout the home. More precise control means a better balance of temperature and humidity and greater energy efficiency. Variable speed units use advanced technology to constantly monitor information from the HVAC system itself and from the environment, so it can automatically make adjustments necessary to meet your comfort needs and thermostat settings. Simply put, a variable speed HVAC unit delivers the exact right amount of air for the right level of heating and cooling comfort. And as an added bonus, a variable speed unit gradually ramps up to full speed, eliminating the sudden noisy blast of air that you typically hear with a standard HVAC unit. This makes a variable speed HVAC system very quiet. That also reduces stress on the system and gives the air conditioner more time to remove more humidity from the air, which typically makes the air more comfortable. Because the new American home has a tight building envelope, it was important that it also include mechanical ventilation, which takes stale air out and brings fresh air in. They chose mechanical ventilation from Panasonic and a Life Breaths energy recovery ventilator. The HVAC system was put in a conditioned space. Remember, a conditioned space is one that's insulated and has heated and cool air ducted to it. By putting the equipment in a conditioned space, a conditioned attic, for example, it won't have the stress and inefficiencies of putting the system in the extreme heat and relative cold of the outside or an unconditioned attic. HVAC systems run more efficiently in a conditioned space, which saves on utility bills. Rinnai Energy Star tankless water heaters were used, and they insulated the hot water lines to reduce heat loss. The house was equipped with energy-efficient LED lighting for all interior and exterior lighting. They used LG Energy Star rated appliances and Energy Star rated variable swimming pool pumps. LG was the maker of the home solar panels. There were 60 solar panels for a total of 19.8 kilowatts. For reference, the average 2,000 square foot house uses approximately 32 kilowatts per day. The new American home was designed to exceed the requirements for certification of the Emerald level of the National Green Building Standard. And according to its website, quote, its energy-efficient features can be used in homes in a hot climate at any price point with similar energy savings, end quote. The house is on its way to being awarded certifications from the EPA Energy Star for Homes program, the Department of Energy's Zero Energy Ready Home program, as well as the EPA's Indoor Air Plus certification. Without the solar panels, the house has a projected HERS index of 49. Remember, the HERS index is a measure of the home's energy efficiency. The lower the HERS score, the better. 100 is the HERS index for the average code minimum house built in the U.S. With a HERS index of 49, the new American home is 51% more efficient than the average newly constructed house, and the home's 19.8 kilowatt solar array gives the house a projected HERS index of, get this, minus 16. That means it would be 116% more efficient than the average code minimum new house, and it will produce more energy than it uses. The new American home, as I told you, is a tight house. During a blower door test, they found that the house envelope had a leakage rate of only 2.35 air changes per hour, or ACHs. A good goal for most of our houses is 3 or fewer air changes per hour. Ultra-tight passive houses have a leakage rate of only 0.6 air changes per hour, which is way tighter than most of our houses will ever be. That means that there's minimal air leaking into or out of the house. We want any cooled or heated air produced by our HVAC system to stay in the house, and any uncomfortably cold or hot air from the outside to stay outside. And the tighter the house, the smaller and less expensive an HVAC system you can purchase without compromising comfort. With its tight building envelope and energy-efficient design, the new American home will result in almost $4,000 in annual energy savings. Not only does the house focus on energy savings, but also on air quality and water conservation. Kohler low-flow water fixtures, low-maintenance, low-water native landscaping, and a high-efficient drip irrigation system were utilized so the house will achieve a 72% reduction in water use. To improve air quality, the HVAC ducts were sealed during construction to prevent construction particles and pollutants from entering the home's duct systems and contaminating the conditioned air. Formaldehyde-free cabinets and Sherwin-Williams low VOC paints and finishes and low VOC interior adhesives and sealants were also used. The house had a MERV, MERV 13 air filter. MERV stands for Minimal Efficiency Reporting Value. But what you need to remember is that the higher the MERV rating or MERV rating, the greater percentage of contaminant particles an air filter can catch. A MERV 13 is pretty much what we're looking for. Throughout the design and construction process of the new American home, the relationship between the building site, the building envelope, and the mechanical or HVAC systems were carefully considered to come up with a high-performance strategy that added little, if any, extra cost to the project. Here are some of the approaches used in the new American home that we can duplicate in our projects, no matter your home's size or budget. Considering the home site and sun orientation when positioning the house. Remember that in the U.S., having lots of windows on the south side of your house gives you warm sun in the winter and lots of light all year long. You can add generous roof overhangs and/or exterior shades to shade those south side windows in warm or hot climates. West-facing windows should be avoided or minimized in almost all climates. To create a tight building envelope, you can air seal ducts and exterior openings and shoot for a blower door test air leakage rate of 3 air changes per hour or less. Don't forget to invest in mechanical ventilation to take stale air out and bring fresh air in. Meeting Energy Star minimum insulation and window construction targets, and those you can find at the Energy Star website. Purchase the most energy-efficient HVAC system you can afford based on a manual J calculation or something equivalent. Consider a variable speed system if you have the budget, and put the HVAC system in a conditioned space. To further reduce energy usage, install LED lighting in Energy Star appliances. To save water, look into low-flow plumbing fixtures, a drip irrigation system, and landscaping primarily comprised of plants that are native to your area so they don't need excessive watering. Now, let's do a couple of quiz questions to complete that summary. Question number 1, true or false? Indoor shades and outdoor solar screens are equally efficient at reducing heat from the sun coming into a house. That's false. Exterior screens are typically 7 times more efficient at reducing building heat gain as compared to interior shades. So if you live in a hot climate, strongly consider investing in outdoor solar shades and/or sun-blocking roof overhangs. To learn more about why roof overhangs are important, take a listen to episodes 173 and 174. And question number 2, true or false? To increase air quality, choose low VOC paints and finishes, formaldehyde-free cabinets and furniture, and MERV 13 air filters, or better. That's true. VOC stands for volatile organic compounds, and they're released from some materials and can make people sick. MERV stands for minimum efficiency reporting value. The higher the MERV rating, the greater percentage of contaminant particles an air filter can catch. A MERV 13 is pretty much what we're looking for. Well, that's all I have for you today. I hope you learned as much as I did, and I hope you'll join me again next time for another episode of Build Your House Yourself University by BYHYU. Please remember that the purpose of this podcast is simply to educate and inform. It's not a substitute for professional advice. The information that you hear is based only on the opinions, research, and experiences of my guests and myself. That information might be incomplete, it's subject to change, and it may not apply to your project. In addition, building codes and requirements vary from region to region, so always consult a professional about specific recommendations for your home.